Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and Aries, this is your April forecast for your birthday month. And just to review what's happened so far this year is, everybody starts out with the ancestor because that's the card for the year, and you're following your own beat. You walk through those birch trees, and you're following your own path, right? We talked about that at the beginning of the year, and January was a little bit of a challenge for you. As you had some rivalry going on, maybe some jealousy. All right, and you're fighting for those territorial rights, whatever your path is. In January, February, you were setting your sights on a goal. You had a steady breath. You were relaxed. You had the strength to pull back that bowstring and keep your eye on the target. And you let that arrow fly when needs be. And this month, or last month, in March, was all about dedication. Dedicating yourself to what was going on during the month. Dedicating yourself to that spiritual path as you're moving forward. Dedicating yourself to taking on that challenge of the rivalries. All right, but definitely taking on that dedication of focusing on what your goals were in February. All right, and let's see what happens for the month of April. I think I'm going to stay with that same format. I'm going to pull one card for the theme, and then I'll pull 4 more other cards for each individual week in April. All right? So what can Aries expect for the month of April? What energies is going to come to Aries during their birthday month in April? And that card is the 4 of Arrows and Rest. And that's probably good. During your birthday month, you're going to be out there celebrating, having a good time. And, it's a good time to just, kick back, rest, have some fun, and relax. Okay? So, during the weeks of April, what can Aries expect? During the weeks of April, what can Aries expect? And I'll pull the 4 cards, and then we'll go over everything. So, for the first week, just need 1 card for the first week. You're going to take on that page of stones, the links. We'll get into that. Second week, 6 of stones, exploitation. Third week, 3 of arrows, jealousy. And in that 4th week, you're going to close things off with the world tree. All right, Aries, so here we have it. The theme of the month is that 4 of arrows, rest, and when you combine them with everything else that's going on here, it looks like you've had that challenge. You're focusing on your goals in February. You're dedicated to that goals, and maybe you've hit them. Maybe as you're walking down your spiritual path, now it's time to take that rest. Let that butterfly, cover you. All right, get out of the sun. Just lay your head down and take a little bit of a nap every once in a while. This is your birthday month, so there's a lot going on. And I know Aries are all about go 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 go, but every once in a while it's good to treat yourself to a day at the lake or a day at the ocean, or just enjoy the breeze that's out there. Right? Take time to smell the roses, because when you're always hard at work, when you're always out there doing things, go go go, and you're starting all these projects, it's good to just sit back and relax every once in a while. Maybe take a movie in, go out to a nice dinner with your significant other. All right, and just enjoy that time where you can just let your hair down and relax. All right, because when you look at the rest of the weeks here, okay, you've got, with that rest card, you got the page of stones in that first week. Okay, the lynx. And, the lynx is a formidable hunter and a fierce protector. And this is going to be a message that's going to come to you during this month, as you've got two stones out here, so it's, it's all about security and stability. All right. This page is going to ask you what can you learn going forward as you're walking your spiritual path, as you're coming across those challenges that you had in January, and you're focusing on your goals and you're dedicated. When you sit down to relax this month, what can you learn? What can you learn to help grow that knowledge and that wisdom? And resting is a good time to do it. When you're always on the go, when you're always, out there starting new projects, you're not learning, you're doing. You need to take that step back during this first week and ask yourself, you know what? I want to rest. What can I learn to make the rest of this year joyful? All right, fulfilled, Where do I need to be dedicated? And you just came out of March, and that card was there, that Nine of Arrows, dedication. And the page is reminding you, you were dedicated to this goal. Where do you need to be more dedicated? Where do you need to focus your attention while you're resting? What can you learn out of this? And maybe that leads into that Six of Stones, exploitation, that second week. Taking the time to rest and relax, and actually during that first week, maybe come up with a plan on what you want to do for the rest of the year, for your birthday year. All right, because no matter where you are in April, as soon as your birthday hits, that's when your year starts. Okay, and you may look at that and say, okay, where are my resources at? Where am I misusing my resources? Where am I using them correctly? If I want to go forward on this plan, okay, during this time of rest, during this month, how do I use those resources correctly? All right, whether that's financial resources, spiritual resources, physical resources, start taking into account, making a list, right, of where your resources are. And how is this going to help you move forward to learn something, okay, like that Page of Stones is asking you while you're resting? How are you going to gain that knowledge? How are you going to gain that experience? How are you going to gain that wisdom? It's by using those resources correctly, not misusing them, all right? And if you are misusing them, figure out how that can stop, all right? So you can put, those resources to use in a good way, right? The third week, you're going to have blessings put upon you, and that's represented by the Three of Arrows, jealousy. All right. Now, if there's blessings put onto you, if you watch my channel long enough, I always refer to this card as a blessings card, because if somebody's jealous of you, they're putting blessings upon you. All right. Now, if you're jealous of somebody else, this goes back to that Six of Stones, that exploitation. You're not using this Three of Arrows resource correctly. Okay, because you're using all your energy into blessing somebody else. You're using your energy as I want what they have, whether it's finances or relationship, whatever, when you should be turning it around and having people look at you and fill you up with that energy and say, you know what? I want what you have. And that's where they're putting that blessings on it. And that's maybe because you're using those resources correctly, all right? And you're using those resources correctly so you can learn, as well as, what you need to be dedicated to as you're coming out of the month of March. All right. So, here you are resting. You want to know what you can learn. All right. You want to know, how you can be more dedicated. You're using your resources correctly. And people are going to look at that. They're going to say, wow, why is it that this person always has the best of luck? And stability, security, relationships. Okay, and you can turn that energy around and receive that as a blessing. All right, now that's going to happen in the third week. And in the fourth week, you're going to wrap that all up. April is going to be a very good month for you, okay? Because if you're taking a time out to rest, which is the theme, and you're learning something new, and you're using your resources correctly, when you walk, and people are noticing that, when you're walking through that maze up to the world tree, and you open that world tree up, you're beginning a new adventure. This is the end of a cycle for you. All right, and no matter where you're at in your birthday in the month of April, okay, as I said, that's going to be the end of one year and the beginning of new year. And how fitting that this world tree comes in, because once you walk through that door to start the next path, you're going to have that wisdom, that knowledge, the experience of understanding, okay, what's on the other side of that door. Okay, you've walked a good path over the last year. All right, you're listening to that beat with that ancestor. You've had some challenges in January. All right, in February you said, you know what, I'm going to set my sights on the goals. And then in March, you were more dedicated to those goals. And now it's a time to rest. That 4 of arrows, rest. All right, Aries, so there you go. That's the month of April. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for A Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you in the month of May, which comes up in about 30 days. Enjoy your month of April, Aries. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.